Hello, my name is Alex Robinson, and this is the Godfather Minute. You want to introduce yourself, co-host?
My name is Andy Robinson, and this is the Godfather Minute.
And together we are the Godfather Minute Brothers.
Oh, I hope we can continue to get along, Alex, because it would be really sad if there was a schism and we splintered off into two Godfather Minute competing podcasts.
Oh, wow. So that means there'd be three Godfather podcasts altogether.
Well, I'd probably join forces with the people doing the other one.
You talked to Barzini?
Oh, is Barzini the one running the other podcast?
Yeah.
He's giving Barzini's side of the truth, the truth according to Barzini. Wait, don't you mean Tatalia?
No. Barzini. Tatalia's a pimp. We're talking about minute 84 today.
Mm-hmm.
Minuto numero 70 vega.
84.
84.
You got it.
All right. 84.
Molto bene.
Minute 84. We're still in the car, driving to Louis' restaurant. The Turk, McCluskey, and Lou are driving Mikey to the meeting place.
Uh-huh.
And they start going across a bridge to New Jersey.
Jersey.
And Mike's like, oh, we're going to New Jersey, huh? And then Lou does a dramatic U-turn on the bridge and turns back to go back to New York.
Goes right over the divider.
Right over the divider.
Just destroys the undercarriage of the car.
Have you ever done that?
I have.
You did a U-turn on a bridge?
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't recall a bridge. I've definitely done U-turns where I probably shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did anything happen? Was anyone hurt or injured?
No one was injured. Mm-hmm. There was one time in New Mexico where I had a rental car. It was in Santa Fe, and I remember doing that. And it was late at night, and it was very dark. Mm-hmm. And it was New Mexico. Come on. And there was a big, I don't know, cement divider wasn't painted or anything, and it totally scraped the bottom of the car.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good thing though when you return rental cars, they don't look underneath, Alex.
It's all on fire at the bottom. I was driving one time and I didn't do it, but I saw a person in front of me change lanes. It was over there in McAdam when you're going onto the I-5 entrance, and they did it like too soon because there was one of those concrete dividers.
Oh yeah,
and it was nighttime, and I saw him drive over, and all sparks shot up. I was like, "Whoa, that's cool!"
Wow.
So I did that too, just to see the sparks.
I do that every 4th of July.
That's your way of celebrating your freedom.
Yeah.
Lou.
Let's talk about Lou.
Let's talk about Lou. I could find very little information about Lou.
No.
He is one of the gunmen who shot shot the Don.
I recognize his face now.
So I wonder if Mikey knows that he's sitting next to one of the guys who shot his father. I mean, obviously he knows the Turk orchestrated it, and he's already mad at him. So can you imagine?
Yeah.
He's like, Lou's like, Corleone, huh? I just shot a guy named Corleone last week. You're not related to him.
You guys related? He's so out of touch. Yeah. Well, I just realized Solazzo says, nice job, Lou. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was kind of odd that just publicly said that to him. It's kind of...
Why?
I mean, it works. It's just like, why say that? These are tough crime guys. Why should Solazzo even say that? And he just did what he was supposed to do.
Well, because Lou needs praise and, for his jobs too.
No, I get it. But what I'm thinking now is Lou was one of the 2 or 3 gunmen. I think it was 2 gunmen that tried to kill Don Corleone. They shot him 5 times and he lived. Solazzo must have chewed him out so badly. And so Lou felt terrible. And Solazzo later said, you know what? I shouldn't have dressed him down so strongly, so harshly. So it's not like he didn't just praise him for doing the U-turn. Later, he was like, your suit looks great, Lou.
You lose weight? I'm not that clever.
Anyway, it's just a little odd.
I also wonder if for the movie purposes, if they were just silent, then you wouldn't know if Lou was supposed to have done that or whether he was just going rogue and driving his own way. So, but if you have him say nice work, then you know the Turk kind of told him to do that was what he was supposed to do. He's like, I thought we were going to New Jersey, but you got back on the right road. Good job, Lou.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they were, the Turk didn't even know he was going to do that. The guy was like, oh boy, we're going to New Jersey. I better turn around. And so he did a U-turn.
Well, Alex, as you know, the book is different than the movie.
The book is different than the movie. The book is different than the movie. The book is different. The book is different. The book is different than the movie. Yeah.
You haven't read from the book in weeks.
Oh, I know. And I'm about to. You ready?
Yes. This is from The Godfather.
This is from The Godfather. Well, I'm not going to read from it, but, well, I guess I will read from it. So Lou is driving. They went through the
Puzo writes.
Puzo writes. Yeah, I won't go back completely, but so Lou does the U-turn and they're driving through these side streets in the Bronx very fast.
He calls it a Lou turn. That's what he does. You've just been Lou turned.
Yeah. I don't know what the sound effect would be. And so Puzo writes,
They drive to the Bronx.
They went through the side streets with no cars behind them. By this time, it was nearly 9 o'clock. They had made sure there was no one on their tail. Sollozzo lit up a cigarette after offering his pack to McCluskey and Michael, both of whom refused. Sollozzo said to the driver, "Nice work. I'll remember it."
So he's
a little different, Alex.
A little different. They don't have the same relationship that they do in the movie.
Yes, doesn't use his name. So begs the question: why did Coppola have him say Lou?
Why did he have to say Lou?
Who is Lou?
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe he just wanted to put a little bit more personality in it.
Yeah, could be.
I guess.
And what does Puzo mean when he has Sollozzo say, "Nice work, I'll remember it"?
I think because, like what you said, that he had chewed out. Maybe in the book, this was like Lou's first day or something, and so he's like, "I'll remember it, kid. You're a good driver."
Yeah.
So then when they did the movie, by then he already knew Lou, so he could say, "Oh, nice work, Lou," and so on, because they already had a relationship by that point.
They had already had a relationship because it was written about in the book.
Yeah, exactly.
So by the time the movie came around, everyone knows each other.
Yeah, they all
Don
know.
Corleone even knows. Like, hey, I'm going to get shot coming up. Guys, you got to believe me. You got to read this book. Come on. Whoa, Pop. What are you saying? Are you trying to tell me?
You think the Don is a reader?
No. I don't think
English
so.
is his second language.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't receive a formal education. School.
He
School
went to
education?
school of hard knocks.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
It's down Long Island.
Definitely didn't go to school to get stupid.
I do have one other bit of information about Lou. After the murder, this is from the Godfather Wikipedia page. After the murder, Lou was questioned by the police because, it's his boss that got murdered. And he did not. Lou was like, "I didn't see nothing. I don't know anything about this."
Oh, wow.
And according to the Wikipedia, they're saying he might have been paid off by the Corleones.
Really?
Which is strange.
No, I don't think so. I don't buy it.
Well, here's the thing. When do you think maybe after the killing, they went to him and said, "Listen, you didn't see Michael Corleone here, right? Right?
Yeah.
Like maybe obviously not beforehand."
It was like, no, I definitely had Michael Corleone because I remember the name because I shot a Corleone. Yeah, I'm the one you shot, you idiot. That's what I'm saying. You forget it.
The Don personally gets involved in that scenario.
Well, and I know for a fact, Alex, that it did not happen beforehand. You know why?
Why?
That they didn't get to this driver beforehand.
Why?
Because the book is different than the movie. And in the book, Puzo writes, Michael had been worried that the driver would come in with them, but he stayed outside with his car. The negotiator had not mentioned a driver. Nobody had. Technically, Sollozzo had broken the agreement by bringing him along, but Michael decided not to mention it, knowing they would think he would be afraid to mention it, afraid of ruining the chances for the success of the parlay.
Oh, I see.
Not interesting? So no one had mentioned a driver being there.
But Mikey didn't mention it because he didn't want the Turk. He wanted the Turk to think that he was nervous.
Yes.
About messes. So he's already thinking one step ahead. Think like your enemies do.
Yeah.
Is what he's thinking.
Yeah, interesting. In the movie, I thought it was a little bit of a blunder for Mikey to say, "Oh, are we going to New Jersey? Are we going to New Jersey?" Because Sollozzo looks at him and pauses.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Says,
why does he pause?
What's that?
Why does the Turk? Is the Turk suspicious? You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, because
Sollozzo is worried they're being followed.
Yeah, I get that. Mm-hmm. So what is it about Mikey saying, "Oh, we're going to New Jersey," makes him suspicious?
I guess. I don't know if it makes him suspicious. I think he's already suspicious. He's the hunted one. So he's taking every precaution to lose any tail and not give up the location of where they're going to be meeting. Mm-hmm. And so when he asked that, I think it's just his Turk senses going, his antenna.
Why didn't they just have the meeting in the car?
Because you can't get the best Veal in the city in the car. Come on.
True.
Alex.
Fair enough. You got me.
Sollozzo wants his favorite last meal.
So he says they're going to New Jersey and the Turk gets suspicious. And then Lou does his move.
Yeah.
So he did the move to try to shake any prospective tails, you think?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. And Puzo's really clear about that in the book.
But do you think that's also true in the movie?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Why?
Okay.
I mean, why else would they do that move?
Because he took a wrong turn.
Yeah, I guess it's possible. Speaking of wrong turns,
I'll remember that. Speaking of wrong turns?
Speaking of wrong turns, do you know the route that they took?
You mean the characters or the actors?
The characters.
No, I don't know. You want to tell me?
I did. Yeah, Puzo wrote that they went up the West Side Highway, and Lou was driving very fast, weaving in between traffic.
I'm surprised. Oh, because he's trying to lose them.
Yeah, he's trying to lose any tails.
I'm surprised he'd be worried about getting pulled over for speeding.
Well, they have the captain with them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Leave you guys alone, huh?
You guys are giving me a ticket. I can't believe it. I'm your captain, huh? And then the captain says to Lou, Lou, stand him up. About the police officer because he breaks his jaw.
How am I going to eat my veal?
Yeah. And then they cross the George Washington Bridge.
It is funny that that he has a broken jaw and they take him out to eat. They cross the George.
They're just rubbing it in his face. Yeah, try the veal. It's the best in the city. Mikey, you should. Oh, sorry, kid.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
So they do go across. They start to cross the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah, they start to cross it, and that's where Mikey. What's really interesting, Puzo writes that Mikey is worried that they really are going into Jersey, and that possibly they changed. That one of two things is happening. Mm-hmm. One is that they changed the location, in which case Mikey's just going to have to muddle his way through. I mean, he's going to have to hope beyond all hope that there's a gun taped behind this toilet in this random restaurant.
You never know.
But you're in New Jersey in the 40s, all mobbed up. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
Guns were probably cheap and plentiful because the war just ended, so guns were everywhere. You probably find one just like someone accidentally left in the bathroom.
Mikey has to first ask to use the bathroom. He goes into the bathroom, crawls out the bathroom window, finds a payphone, calls Tessio and says, "Hey, I'm at this other restaurant in Jersey. Have your best man tape it there."
Mm-hmm. He comes in through the bathroom window.
Yeah. Well, and then Fish is like, they changed the restaurant. It messes up all my plans.
Messes up all my plans. Well, it's funny because when they filming it, It's kind of implied that it's the George Washington Bridge, but the bridge they go across is actually the 59th Street Bridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you asked me actors or characters.
Yeah, because the shot there is actually of the 59th Street Bridge.
Yeah, Michael Corleone was, we're going back into Long Island. I just came out.
Just
from
another
there.
turn. Lou, where are you taking us?
I know. Nice job, Lou. I'll remember it.
So they got picked up. They picked him up at 8
On
o'clock.
Broadway at 8 o'clock.
And it's 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
So for an hour they're driving around?
They're
They couldn't
driving
solve their
around.
business while they're driving around?
Yeah.
Like, what are they making? Awkward small talk in the car for an hour?
Well, that's why they wanted Mikey to turn around to face him so they can actually have a conversation with him.
So, how about those Yankees this year, huh? Yeah, that must have been a very uncomfortable car ride.
Well, and apparently they drove all around the Bronx very quickly so Lotso really wanted to make sure they weren't followed.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I can understand why. He's the hunted one.
So Mikey, when Lou makes the turn, before Lou makes the turn, they're heading into Jersey. And Puzo writes that Michael thinks one of two things: one, the location of the restaurant has been changed, or two, they're just going to dump his body.
Oh,
He's
the
actually-
location of the meeting is
Of the meeting, yeah.
not the location of the restaurant.
Well, the restaurant that they chose, yeah.
They opened
yeah.
another bridge.
Yeah, we're going to Louis. This one in Jersey, and not in the Bronx.
Fish.
Yeah. It's the same waiters and everything.
Yeah.
They like move all the stuff there to recreate. They even put the same old fashioned toilet there.
with the gun and everything. Oh wait, so what did you say right before I threw that off with the move of the restaurant? Oh, he thought they were going to dump his body
That was the second possibility.
Wow.
They're just going to kill him.
and screw the negotiator.
Yeah, that would. I don't know how that would have played out. The negotiator would have died, and then Sollozzo would have died.
Well, yeah, then that family would have gone to
Bocciccio
war with
family,
the
yeah.
Tatalias, I guess,
Yeah.
because he was backed by the Tatalias all along.
No, it was Bazzini. You pimp.
You
Don't
pimp.
be a pimp.
Well, so yeah, I guess there's a couple of what ifs. What if they had killed Mikey then? And what if they had gone to New Jersey and Mikey didn't have the gun? What if he had
Yeah.
just...
And what if they went to the restaurant they had planned to go to and they were out of veal?
Oh, that's the worst thing.
That is.
Especially since they're getting there kind of on the late side.
Yeah.
They really run the risk of not having enough veal. Although, do you think if McCluskey's a regular there, you think like I'm going to be coming in later, huh? Make sure you have some veal. And they,
Well, I don't think
yes.
McCluskey's a regular. I don't think he's been there.
You don't think?
No, I don't think so. Because didn't he say, how's the Italian food in this place? He says that later.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And Sollozzo knows it.
So
like,
Sollozzo's
"It's
the
good."
one who says try the veal. It's the best
Yeah.
in the city. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
funny for our imitations.
Oh,
I
yeah,
always thought it was McCluskey saying.
Yeah, well, I've been saying, I'll try the veal. It's the best in the city.
Yeah, you're right. So he's probably not a regular there.
Yeah.
The Turk is a regular there.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think the Turk chose this time. Puzo suggests because there aren't
bystanders.
there aren't as many people there, and they're sort of past mainstream dinner time. Speaking of negotiator, there's an interesting part in the book. Puzo writes, the negotiator had not mentioned a driver. So that suggests that all the communication is going through the negotiator of setting it up, all the terms of this meeting, right? That they're not speaking directly with each other?
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because theoretically, the Turk would have contacted what was the family again? The
Bocciccio.
Bocciccios and say that, well, I want to arrange a sit down with Mikey. And
Okay, sit down with Michael Corleone. Please hold.
Yeah, and then he would have
The
called up.
Bocciccio
He would
switch
have
line.
Yeah, he would have called up Tom and said, "I have a collect call from the Turk who wants to arrange a
Bocciccio
meeting."
family for Tom Hagen.
He's like, "It's just Sonny and the Turk and McCluskey. There won't even be a driver in the car."
Bocciccio might not even be on the other line, Sonny. We have Bocciccio waiting for your call.
Yeah, so it probably went down something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless
And
they
that's a
like,
back and forth. Of course, that's a great role for the negotiator because he's like, the negotiator says, Sollozzo insists that it's going to take a minimum of 8 hours. So probably have a good game of pinochle arranged, have a lot of money ready to spend. Because it's standard. The Bocciccios know that whenever they're providing the service, the family always lets them win because they always want to keep the negotiator happy.
So
That's actually how they get most of their income is through pinochle earnings.
First of all, two questions. Do you know how to play pinochle? And second of all, somebody on the Fredo Corleone's Mickey Mouse nightclub asked, why do they let the negotiator win?
That's not clear to me.
Because it doesn't seem like, it's not like, if they let the negotiator win, they're gonna get better terms or something.
They're just keeping him happy.
Yeah, I guess.
Like he's happy. Isn't that what Clemenza says? Oh, he's happy. They're letting him win.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I can look back in the book, but I don't recall there being any information about that.
Yeah.
And I can't even guess as to why you'd want to keep the negotiator happy.
Unless you just want to have good relations with the Bocciccio family.
Yeah.
That's
probably a good idea, considering their reputation.
Yeah. The political context.
Uh-huh. So let's see. We talked about the route. We talked about Lou. We talked about the negotiator. Oh, it's a very interesting observation I made. Cars driving into Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's... So the car is driving into Jersey.
Correct.
No music. Mikey says, we're going to New Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
Sollozzo says, maybe. Still no music.
Mm-hmm.
Lou does his Lou turn, his patented Lou turn. And then, things settle down. And then, nice job, Lou, Sollozzo says. And that's when the ominous piano music starts. Dun, 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 dun. I thought it was really interesting that it's not ominous when they're going into Jersey where the Corleone's plan could go terribly wrong.
It doesn't tip you off at that point.
Yeah.
That.
In fact, it's when their plan starts to go right when you hear this ominous music.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and the only thing I could think of is that it's a very subtle way to suggest that going forward with this plan ultimately leads to Michael's demise.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Because it's like him going through with this really locks in that his destiny is to lead this crime family and to ultimately kill his brother and exclude everyone from his world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit of a stretch just based on the music, but I can't think of why else the music would turn south at that moment when the plan starts to go well for Mikey.
The only thing I can think of is that it's like it's an indicator of how cautious the Turk is being.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's willing to pull this kind of stunt, then they might be smart. They might be more on top of this than we gave them credit for.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing I can think
Yeah,
of. But
maybe.
I like this continuing the path of. So if he got into New Jersey, everything would have worked out for the best.
Maybe
he would have made the deal with the Turk.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if he came back to the house? Because he doesn't actually
bunch
go back
of white
to
powder under his nose. So
he's like, listen, we really got to do this deal.
Yeah, all his the wire in his jaw is all broken. He's like yapping away.
No, I was going to say if he came back and Sonny was like, what, did you do it? Did you kill him, Mikey? And he's like, I made the deal. We're going to start distributing his heroin next week. Or like he just actually totally caved. And
Sonny, I made the deal. Before I tell you about it, can I use the bathroom? He asks permission to use the bathroom because the gun's taped there.
He comes have guns blazing. Yeah. That would be a double cross. Indeed.
Yeah. It's all the coke he's been doing. It's all the smack.
That's all I have one more factoid.
Mm-hmm.
Lou is played by an actor named Rick Petruccelli.
Mm.
And he didn't act in a lot of other movies, but he was in Annie Hall and The Purple Rose of Cairo, two Woody Allen movies.
Huh.
It says in Woody Allen, he was the man outside the movie theater.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is one of the guys who's like, hey, everyone, I'll be singing. I don't know if you remember the scene when he's walking, Woody Allen's in the street and some construction blue collar type guys come up and they're like, hey, you're Alvy Singer. Oh my God. And they start calling attention to the fact that he's a famous, they're sort of yelling down the street, everyone, look, is it? Calling attention. I think he's one of those guys.
Oh.
So,
And then Albie Singer says, thanks, Lou. I'll remember it. Thanks, Lou. Thanks, Lou. I'll remember it. Woody Allen. Oh, it's terrible.
Well, it's good that you said Woody Allen at the end.
No, that's why I said it. How would you say, thanks, Lou, I'll remember it, in Woody Allen?
Thanks, Lou. I'll remember that. Woody Allen.
When did it fall out of fashion for you
For me?
for anyone to state who the imitation was of?
You think that at one point was in fashion?
I don't know. It seems like a cliche. At one point it was, I'm guessing, because when you do it and I do that as a joke, it seems so familiar.
It does seem familiar.
Like, Salazzo might not even be in the car, Sonny. Tom Hagen.
He says it on the tone of the.
He started to calm down a little bit.
I was actually talking to someone, and they really said they did a quote and then said the quote of the person. They went like, you know what you got to, you know what they say? Here's Johnny, Jack Nicholson. Like, he literally, it wasn't that. I was just doing the only verse line I could think of, but he literally said Jack Nicholson.
Well, that might be appropriate if it's a line that people don't know.
So
they don't know the origin of the quote.
He's like, where do they get a load of me? Jack Nicholson. Well, that almost sounds like he's saying it. Where do they get a load of me? Yeah. Jack Nicholson.
You can't handle the truth, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. But that was the first time that I ever been with someone who quoted someone, did an imitation of someone. I don't think he did an imitation. I think he was just quoting him. And that said, Jack Nicholson. It's like saying, I cannot tell a lie.
Awesome.
George Washington. I cannot tell a lie. George Washington.
I cannot tell a lie. Woody Allen impersonated George Washington.
That sounded more like George Washington imitating Woody Allen.
I cannot tell a lie.
So what do you give this minute? You know?
Yeah, I do know. You ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
I'm going dos.
Oh, really? I thought the New Jersey bit was interesting enough to.
I'm comparing it to other minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
I have to say, it's mostly driving.
All right.
Mostly dark. It's not even. You don't even get a frisk.
Is that how you rate the minutes on how the lighting,
the quality of the lighting?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what? I give this minute 2.
2?
And Andy Robinson.
2 Andy Robbins. Very good.
I'm smart, not like everyone says. Fredo Corleone.
Fredo Corleone.
It's really fun to do that. To imagine them quoting themselves.
And then stopping to say.
Wait, are they? Oh, I guess it's someone impersonating them and then saying their name. They wouldn't say that. Fredo Corleone would never say what I just said, right?
I bet Fredo would do it. Fredo is exactly the type to quote himself and attribute it. Yeah. You know what they say? I'm smart, not like everyone says, like I'm dumb. Fredo Corleone. I like that Fredo's quoting his most pathetic line.
Yeah, I know.
Something I always say. It's a rule I live by.
Yeah. Mikey, we were all real proud of you. Fredo Corleone.
All right, I guess that'll wrap up minute 84. We'll be doing some bonus content after this.
Bonus.
If you want to hear that, go to godfatherminute.com/support, and that will take you to where you can hear bonus stuff. We're going to keep talking about The Godfather. All right, so until then, I'll try the veal. It's the best in the city. Mark McCluskey.